Why you?
Stop it!
Jeez!
Damn it! Unbelievable.
Oh my god. I always thought that picture of Monokuma was an edit, and now I am screaming. I thought it was an edit.
Bastard!
Why? Why did they make him a Bara? Oh my god, I always thought someone edited that.
Anyway,
God, look at his neck, like veins.
see ya later!
This is bad.
Like,
Show some spirit! This too.
You're so evil!
so... impossible!
That is...
No, no! Yeah! Like... Now then, let's begin. During the class trial, if you vote correctly, then only the blackened will. I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
now then, let's first discuss the motive.
What? Who cares?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already knows that it's based.
Some of us have not beaten that game.
It means Twilight Syndrome. Additionally, some of us are characters in that.
Some of us are characters in a video game?
So, I think it's better if we clarify who the character.
I see!
Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. That timid tone. That definite. Based on the list of names in the staff roll.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement. A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any privacy rights. Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel like I heard that in the game too. Huh?
I see!
Girl B was short and foul-mouthed.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's like the complete opposite of me.
Anyway,
Hi, Brandon. That was. Oh, yeah.
I see!
Girl C.
Girl C? Then I'll see you next Tuesday. Let's move on to Girl D.
I see!
Girl D is my hero.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E and talk about. I see!
Aren't you Guy F?
I was in a game? That's fucking stupid. That reminds me. Another person? It was one of the names on the staff roll. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi.
Hold on! Why do you keep saying there were two Kuzuryu?
It's not like I'm wrong, since you beat the game.
Oh, because,
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, Minch.
What?
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that Guy F had a little sister. Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game. That's why the name Kuzuryu appeared twice.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? You... I see!
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, so if the only person left is the dead high school girl, then she... Why do you sound so fucking happy? That's a winning personality you got there. Winning personality? Are you praising me? I was being sarcastic, dumbass.
You said the game is a work of non-fiction. That means Fuyuhiko's little sister is...
Yeah, I have a little sister. Something wrong with that? It's just a fucking game. Don't go mixing up some video game with reality. It's not just a game, that's why it's there. Don't go... If she was the type to die easily, I'd have fucking killed her myself a long time ago. I mean, when I first entered Hope Speak Academy, she was mouthing off to me, as usual, and sent me off. It happened just the other day.
About that.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet! I see. So you're never gonna... Okay, I understand your attitude toward this class.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko a lot.
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't be good enough to serve as everyone's stepping stone. That's why I'd be much happier if Fuyuhiko wasn't the killer. Okay,
Anyway, now we've established who all the characters in the game are.
Girl A is Mikan. Girl and the first victim in the game. That dead high school.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes white rice?
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think she's relevant to this case.
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name, since they're both really plain names.
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than Sato or Suzuki.
Hey, no one cares about that.
Huh?
My, you don't know.
What?
Getting killed is...
My, such awful times we live in. Why did this happen?
You guys are definitely friends.
So the mystery of the game is the murder of Girl E.
Then let's hurry up and solve it.
She was.
I see! The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the first victim in the game.
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the dead high school girl. What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge your little sister. You're fucking persistent. I don't... But... Is that true? Girl E, in order to make that clear, we need to...
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew... Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings.
I'm surprised you went to all this...
Mapping is second nature to retro. Classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first-person point of view, so mapping as you play is a basic.
We get it! Let's talk...
Then, I'll start explaining. Girl A, Girl B, immediately, they climbed the stairs. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was... So Girl D went to get the key from the office. And when the five of them were they found... Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped the sound of breaking glass that they heard. Plus, Girl E's school swimsuit was stolen, so how does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation. Just as expected from the ultimate gamer who
But it wasn't a pervert, right? Wasn't the real killer Girl E?
Obviously. Girl E was...
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she would have totally...
Which means Girl E was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the...
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girl E broke the window and escaped. And sprinted to the front of the music room as fast as she could before the others arrived.
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls...
Then, forget this!
It's not cute to see an old guy...
Hey! Is Girl E really the
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall, the other four girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
How was she able to get past those four and wait in front of the music room?
She probably used a hidden passageway! Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall.
Plus, at the entrance hall, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
How was she able to get past those 4 and wait in front of the music?
Oh, okay. Silencer, fast forward argument, open handbook, silencer, concentrate.
Music room.
She probably used a hidden Twilight's hidden passageway as the world's best!
After she killed the first, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped out.
So how did Girl to the front of the music? To go back to the... You need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the end, the other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
No, that's wrong!
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then
A vase.
vase?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the...
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music room's. It was the sound of the vase breaking.
Actually, the murder was nearly finished by the time the 4 girls met in the entrance hall. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window, and went to the office to get the key. With that key, she locked the music room from the hallway, returned the key to the office, and went back to wait in front of the music room. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door classroom as the 4 girls met by the entrance hall.
To make them think the murder had just occurred and that the killer had just escaped.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they heard the sound, Girl E acted like she had just rushed over too.
I see. Now the mystery has been solved.
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved.
Who cares about the murder weapon? We found out who the killer was.
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end.
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna feel like I need to shit.
Oh my god.
Which means I'll feel disgusting.
You're the disgusting one.
The weapon is free. Now then, will you...
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had bloodstains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it?
She beat her to death with her fists!
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree with that. I got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
My goodness. I got it right. And I was just throwing things out there. Just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all. And gravel is impossible. It's too small to be a...
What if the gravel is... If the weapon is something that appeared in the game, and the only thing I can think of, if you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make an effective...
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the ace attorney would be astonished by such a fantastic idea!
But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one. To make people think the killer is some pervert, it makes sense for a school swimsuit to be stolen. And if that swimsuit was used to make an improvised weapon,
How about it, Monokuma?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create is solved. Only producers know this feeling of ecstasy.
But the real important talk begins now. Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice.
Girl D.
Huh? Mahiro is the accomplice?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being harassed by the victim. Girl E found out and tried to stop it. And they ended up getting into an argument.
And she felt a rush of anger and ended up killing her.
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her out and then bludgeoned her to death.
She probably made her unconscious by accident. And from there, she couldn't go back. I somewhat understand that feeling.
You can? That's pretty scary.
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case.
I see! It should have been Guy F.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sis.
But what? That's all you can say. If that game is
Hey, clear this up for me. Those of you who appeared as characters in the game, do you remember?
I'm terrified.
They don't remember. That's obvious.
Even if I don't remember, I already know. It's obvious that guy is the kill. No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko. Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy.
sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have anything to do with that game?
I can prove it with this! I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. At the very least, the killer has As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed. There's no way we can ignore.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true, Fuyuhiko may look suspicious. Don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What?
I mean, there's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer played that game, and most likely found out if that person could be using that knowledge to—
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the—
Isn't that what happened?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm so—
What is this? Like, I can only laugh. What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch? What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hiyoko?
Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house! I was squishing Mr. Ants all day! What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hiyoko?
Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house! I was squishing Mr. Ants all day! What are you saying? Accusing me of—
Why do you doubt?
Do you know where Hiyoko was She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house! I was squishing Mr. Ants all day! What are you saying? Accusing me of—
Why do you doubt?
Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house! I was squishing Mr. Ants all day! What are you saying? Accusing me of—
Why do you doubt?
Do you know where Hiyoko— She was at the beach house.
But I didn't go to the beach house! I was squishing Mr. Ants all day! What are you saying? You accusing me of—
Why do you doubt?
Do you know where Hiyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house!
No, that's wrong!
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hiyoko.
Seriously,
But these footprints in the same—
I don't have such ugly footprints! They're probably me. Don't decide that based on ugliness!
Huh. They're not Hiyoko's? The footprint I collected from your room.
Collected? I never gave you permission to collect that, you nasty pedo!
Plus, the footprints left in the sand were facing away from the beach house. Which means, when the owner of these footprints went inside the beach house—
A different entrance.
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
The door was still accessible when they went in, and wasn't when they left.
Which means something happened between those two events.
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went to the beach house!
So you...
I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for walks in the morning is my daily routine.
I've never heard of that daily routine.
And that's when I went to the beach house.
I see. If you went there during your—
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass! She's—
Huh? People who call other people liars are usually— If you say I'm lying, prove it! Can you even prove that I'm lying? beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not! Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her? Is this a panel of idiots? I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time!
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not! Saying I met up with her when I never even... Is this a panel of idiots? I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk!
No, that's wrong!
Only during your morning walk, huh?
That letter! It's the one Mahiru had, right?
I see. So Hiyoko was able to arrange a meeting with Mahiru by exchanging letters with her.
What? That letter! I'm serious, I don't know!
Oh, snap! I remember.
Huh?
Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
See. So if she met Mahiru at 2:30 p.m., I think 3:30 p.m. is a reasonable time for you to have witnessed here.
You're wrong! You're totally wrong!
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner, Fuyuhiko. So you should have seen Hiyoko too.
No, it's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you guys. I didn't see anyone during that time.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious.
It's the truth. Deal.
Just leave him alone. It'd be a waste anyway. That letter in Kazuichi's testimony says...
Seriously? I don't know! I didn't even write that letter! I'm telling the truth! I really don't know!
Is she really crying?
She's probably fake.
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along. That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that too.
Here!
The place where Hiyoko was hiding.
Yes, that's right. Hiyoko.
What's a gummy? I've never eaten something like that before.
I have captured the Hiyoko who summoned Mahiru to the beach. When she saw her chance, she attacked her like an evil spirit and left the beach house like a swift whip.
But Hiyoko miscalculated that Mahiru's body would be blocked because of that. She was only able to leave from the beachside door and ended up leaving.
We have presented the proof, my 4 dark devas of destruction.
It's a trap! This is obviously someone's trap!
Who's someone?
Who's... It must be that one person! You know, the one with the... There was a suspicious mask at the beach house, right?
You're the one who wore that mask and killed Mahiru, right?
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask! Is your brain fried or something?
That is right. It cannot be Hiyoko. Huh? That mask says it all. Sparkling Justice is hiding on this island! Which means the legendary serial killer...
Why, if you continue...
Don't blame Miss Sonia! It's just a difference between cultures.
Yoko, why don't you just admit it already? You're being
It's all in your head! Oh, why can't you understand? I'm not the killer!
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
That is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy!
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house!
At the time, the bottle's blocked by the body, so you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
That is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy! No, that's wrong!
About that gummy, did Hiyoko...
The only one childish enough to eat gummies is that midget over there.
You're a midget too, you know. You're the...
It's true Hiyoko likes to eat gummies, but she only eats a specific brand.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry, melon, grape, and orange flavors, right?
Huh? But what about the lemon flavor? The gummy at the crime scene is yellow, so it obviously looked like it was lemon flavored. Huh? That gummy is yellow? And it's not mine! The ones I eat don't have any yellow gummies!
That's right. None of the gummy bags in her cottage had any yellow ones.
Then we can't assume Hiyoko is the one who dropped that yellow gummy. See? Didn't I damn it! Who would set a trap like this? I'll get my revenge! I'm gonna bop you on the head with all my might!
Hold on, you little bitch! You think you're in the clear just because of a little gummy? Don't be stupid! I'm not done backing you into a corner yet! We're not done with Hiyoko yet! There's still a huge piece of evidence left!
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. Thanks to her, we have the evidence we need!
That's wrong! I left those footprints during my morning walk!
We're not done with Hiyoko yet! There's still a huge...
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and...
No, that's wrong!
Mahiru didn't block the door.
According to my autopsy...
Ryuhiko, you cannot do that. Only a coward threatens women.
I'm pretty sure her death was instant. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door.
Someone...
The killer, of course. That's why there were bloody drag marks left on...
But why did the killer block the door?
Just ask Hiyoko. She's...
Seriously! Let's assume Hiyoko is the killer. If she handled the body that bloody, I think her clothes or skin...
But when I saw her, she was clean.
See? I told you I wasn't the killer! Yay! With this, my innocence has been proven!
I won't let you look down on me! We haven't decided!
Hey, Fuyuhiko.
What? Shut up! I'm telling you, she's the killer! That little bitch is definitely... If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body! Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of! Damn it! If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body! Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of! If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body! Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of! If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body! Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of!
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, just the fact that Hiyoko was at the beach house can be proven. Did you get all that, you bastard? Damn it! If Mahiru didn't block it, then Hiyoko did it. She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body. Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of.
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach house. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Allow me to cut through those words. Now, washing it off in the shower is impossible, because the shower in the beach house was out of order.
Out of order?
I'm terribly sorry. I haven't had any time to actually repair.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to move the body.
Are you saying I did something bad?
Damn it! I see!
Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Hiyoko meant... Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself.
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie her sash on her own.
I didn't smell. It only smelled a little. Oh. Wasn't changing inside the beach house prohibited in the first? Yes, if you broke the...
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me!
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko do with the blood that...
Like I've been saying, the blood wasn't on me in the first place, because I never touched Mahiru's body!
Hey, if you think about it the other way... Because if so, I believe Akane was soaked with blood when we all met up to go to the beach.
Didn't I tell you that was because I got beat up by Coach...
I can attest to that. If I hadn't gotten that rough with her, she never would have backed down.
Doubting me, of all people. All right, I'll bend your body in half so you're... That actually sounds pretty cool!
The hell it does!
Hey, more importantly, it's okay that I'm not the killer? Yeah, seems like it. See? I already told you. There's no way I'd kill Mahiru, because Mahiru taught me how to wear a kimono, and she was very, very kind. There's no way I would kill a nice person like her! Why wouldn't you believe? You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Hiyoko, please shut the hell up, pig barf! I hope you get a hangnail and die! I'm sorry for being pig barf!
Hey, Hiyoko. Now that our suspicions have...
Huh?
even though you're not the killer.
Like I said, it was a trap.
Yeah, I got that already, so... Can you...
I would like to know too.
Fine. You want me to, earlier this morning, she asked if we could meet up.
Huh?
Damn it! So that was... 'Cause I thought it'd be doubted if I admitted it. So I figured it was better not...
So, what was your answer to my...
I told her it was fine. I mean, I didn't have her... Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru was someone I wasn't embarrassed to be seen with.
You always have to say something snug.
At the time, we were supposed to meet around 2 p.m., but... Around noon, there was a letter inside my mailbox.
A letter?
Yeah, this one. I saw this letter and went to the beach house at that time.
I can prove it with this. This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the... Mahiru's letter said to meet at...
Whoa!
It's also strange that both letters wanted to cheat. It would be plausible if one of them said it. But for both letters...
Hiyoko, since you wrote... Like I said, I never wrote the...
I see! The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their actions. Yeah, that's how we should think about it.
That seems very likely. Confirmed! Just as I assumed.
Like this part. I was going to tell you... This part. It seems there's someone who... And this part. Let's keep it a secret. Until then... The killer...
In doing so, they were able to control Hiyoko and Mahiru to do their bidding.
So they completely tricked me.
Really? I've offered to help so many times. But the killer this time, it's all my fault. I'm so ashamed of being unreliable.
Here we go again. Once we let our guard down, this happens. We can just lightly punch him to death later.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m.
What's most important is what happened afterward.
I fell asleep. Why'd you fall asleep? It's not like I wanted to. I think I was forced to get a whiff of some kind of that medicine. I thought that place seemed unsafe.
If you were aware of that from the start, you should have done...
I'm sorry. When I woke up, I was inside, and when I rushed out, I saw Mahiru's body.
And that's why you ran out of the...
I was scared. I was really, really scared. Really scared that I couldn't help, but... The killer probably planned to frame... And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru, put her to sleep.
So their reason for blocking the door with Mahiru's body was to make Hiyoko leave her footprints as evidence.
Everything was... That's horrible!
Hiyoko!
Is it really okay to believe her so easily?
This'll never end if you keep being so...
Isn't that what a class trial? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is where we go to thoroughly doubt each other. So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely...
You're wrong, Fuyuhiko. The class trial is where we cooperate with the killer and everyone else. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. Seriously, I'm on the side of the absolute, and I believe that absolute hope exists.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy.
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says...
Yeah,
There should be a new clue contained, so let us believe Hiyoko.
Yep. Good job. That's hey. What do you think of it? Whoa.
Dumbasses. You bastards don't know any. The only thing waiting for you...
Well now. Correct! You say Nanu in German when you're surprised.
And my heart is throbbing like crazy. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mop... Impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! Oh, I can't do anything. Oh, everyone do your best.
Well, now that we've decided...
If the killer was luring Hiyoko...
Do you mean the letter?
No.
Huh?
Hey, when you... now that you meant just as I thought.
Just as you
If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko was there, she would have thrown it away.
Which means the gummy was placed...
The killer returned to the scene of the crime?
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as...
That's impossible! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away.
Then, does that mean that...
At any rate, the solution to...
Okay, brake, accelerate, move, jump. Jump, brake.
coming together. Do you think the killer might have been...
You spent all that time thinking just to say something. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide? Do I have...
Her personality got a hell of a lot more forceful. What?
No, there should have been a place for them to hide. A place you didn't...
What are you saying? Stop being annoying or I'm gonna make a Kane...
Here!
Killer was probably...
Closet?
After you woke up, you said you... And you probably didn't look inside the closet.
But could two people even hide in such a small place?
That's why the killer made sure to arrange a hiding place.
What about the surfboard case in the closet?
Huh? Inside? But the shelf it was on. It was... 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a... The killer probably did that on purpose to secure a hiding place. 'Cause we haven't been on this island that long, so the closet shouldn't have been that messy. Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding very close to you.
It's kind of like in for a penny, in for a pound, so to speak.
Don't you mean it's always darkest under the lighthouse?
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like, so to speak.
Anyway, the killer hid silently, and after making sure Hiyoko left, they finally left the surfboard kit.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody asked what you...
There's no way the killer would leave if Hiyoko was left alone and ruined. Instead, it makes more sense to think that the killer was hiding in the beach house.
Say whatever you want, even if... Alright, if you don't want to friggin' get... Oh, you shut up.
Sorry, Akane. It's not like... Hey, Monokuma.
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future.
I'll listen to your story about men. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more... Is the killer also included? Among those 3 or more people?
Yeah, that's true, but, well, something like that.
You don't sound very articulate.
Jeez! You're pretty annoying for noticing something like that! I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be used for deduction. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for deduction? I end up depending on who actually found the body.
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous,
Flexibility. So what about this time? Is it 3?
Jeez, fine! You want me to...
Which means 3 people other than the kid.
What's wrong with...
Nothing. I just thought it was...
You're the one who went on a tangent?
We were just...
And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed any further, the killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko...
Now that you mention it, that mystery...
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come this far, I'm sure you can discover that answer too. Now, let's start... What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower. Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body. If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh!
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet!
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do?
Maybe they simply...
They couldn't use the so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower. Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body. If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh!
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet!
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
No, that's wrong!
If they just needed to wash off the blood, they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. They could have just as easily used
something other than the...
drinks inside the refrigerator.
I've seen through it. In theory,
What?
try to remember the refrigerator care that there's no possible way to drink. It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try one bottle it wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down!
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were only flavored drinks. If you use those, the blood will come off in your body. It will leave an aromatic, especially if you used a lot.
Damn it!
It's true there were in the beach house. However, try one bottle. It wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down!
We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator.
Allow me to cut through those words!
There were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many times do I have to tell?
That was after the incident, right? But before, and the killer took all of those water bottles and...
So you're saying the water bottles were gone?
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence, like a lot of thrown away plastic water bottles.
Ah, you're right. These bottles...
Well, when I went to the beach house a few days ago, I feel like I drank one of...
You should have been. The plastic water bottles were used. Dousing your body with lots of water bottles is such a simple and easy to...
It seems you've reeled. See?
Let me act.
You're the only one!
Heko,
Hey, what are you being?
Then I should ask you this.
I remember when we were all meeting up to go to the beach. You're...
Yeah, she's alright.
If the killer really did wash the blood off with water, but there were no towels in the beach house. And it would have taken a while for the water to flow. So you said you went swimming so you'd have a...
Don't just stay silent! Hold on, you bastard! You saw her at the diner! You never saw her near the beach house! So maybe she really was swimming! No one even saw her? No. Huh? After I ran into you bastards at the diner, So there's no doubt. She would have arrived at the diner from the opposite...
Hold on. That's strange. You told me you didn't see anyone.
We haven't established how... The roadside door was blocked. Then how the...
Why are you all fired up?
Who cares about...
We might have a... Well, if Heko is...
Then let's hear this alleged method of escaping the
First, let's...
See!
If the roadside and beachside doors aren't an option... Well, nothing really. Except that small window.
Don't you know how...
But what if, for instance...
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders. Is it possible an object was used? A rope?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't...
Of course not! That would...
Littering is prohibited. Even if
You see? There's no way they...
No, they just have to use it.
Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! We just said they...
You did? I thought you were saying they couldn't dispose... I see! You don't have to throw it away. Huh? Heko was wearing a swimsuit, remember? Where would she even hide an object? And if you say she hid it in her special place, I'll stab you in yours! No!
Catch, explode. Display letter explosion. What does that mean?
Peko, you carry that bamboo sword. If I recall correctly, despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on.
Are you saying she...
Yeah. Peko used that bamboo sword as a step stool.
Sword, you see? I knew it! I knew it! Ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and use the handguard as a...
Wow!
Miss Sonia, ninjas only exist...
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure a slender girl like Peko could easily...
Well, Peko, you have...
Hold on a second. You're saying she used her sword as a step stool. It would have been left in the shower room, and she wouldn't have...
Fuyuhiko.
Shut up! Just shut the... If she used the bamboo sword... Got proof, you bastard! That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got...
Lock on final strike, reload, final...
Proof, you bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? I'll sell your fucking organs! You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been... This is the end!
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword bag. When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a step stool, she tied her sword bag to it. And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to recover.
I see. Not just the bamboo sword, but even the sword bag, too. She used... Akane said she's like a ninja. But it's simply put, only Peko could have performed this feat. Even so, how disappointing. If you'd only let me work with you.
Oh, you just back off!
You don't have... Got it! You...
It's fine.
Huh?
I said it's fine. Saying anything more would just be an exercise in...
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among very well. If you admit...
Wait,
Hold on.
can it wait until after the vote?
This is important, and it relates to the voting.
My mode.
In the end, you had no connection to the events depicted. Then, what?
So it's about that. I must say, it was for the sake of justice. In order to... I do not sully my hands to... There is only for the sake of protecting justice.
What do you say?
Justice is what makes humans human. It's a virtue that human beings should be proud of. Justice is the eternal sun. And the hello! If justice ever disappeared from this world, the world would immediately freeze, and people's smiles would vanish. I will not allow that!
It's fine.
Justice must always be there to guide. So I must fight. I must This is... as the light of justice shine. Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star of justice that shines in the night, that would be me. Sparkling justice! Now then, let's execute justice!
What the fuck?
Peko, what are you doing?
I am sparkling justice in the name of sparkling, shining justice. I have come to deliver justice.
What's going on? Everyone, please be careful. Sparkling Justice is a serial killer who claims to be an clad in her various hero masks. She is supposed to be
Ally of justice? This mask is the device, just like various items. The sun is revealed. Justice should also be the same.
I don't get it, but this is...
This is turning out... Hey! Now's not the time for you to be asleep. Take a look.
So what's your answer to my...
This world must always be bathed in the light of justice. Evil must be eliminated immediately. No matter what.
Evil? Are you saying...
If you knew about that incident, then you must have played...
And because of that, I was able to find the killer's accomplice hiding on this island like a sewer rat.
Then, the reason you killed Mahiru was...
To protect justice, of course. In order to protect justice, I have become its merciless sword and executed justice.
Holy crap!
Peko.
My true identity? It just shows my determination. My determination to protect by throwing away what's most important. I'm willing to become anybody to shower this world with justice.
Oh, I can't stand this anymore!
Let's go over this incident one more time. here's everything that happened in this case. The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke to Hyoko. Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome Murder Case, the video game provided to us as the motive. She probably wanted to discuss it with someone else who also appeared in the game as a character. Hyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation. However, the killer eavesdropped on their conversation and used their promise to devise a specific murder plan by preparing a specific item. That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to... The letter Mahiru received told... And the letter by providing different times. Hyoko totally trusted... and was drugged into unconsciousness by the killer. After putting Hyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as... At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived. She was completely unaware that she'd been targeted. Approaching her from behind, the metal bat that was... The bat was brought down onto the... According to Mikan's autopsy. With that, the killer... They dragged Mahiru's bodies. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime... I'm not really sure why. My guess is... That's how the crime scene we discovered... However, by moving Mahiru's bust, the shower room had no water because it was out of order. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, they used plastic water bottles. We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, however, they had no choice but littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time to throw them away somewhere else. After the killer washed off the blood, the killer hid inside the After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hyoko wore off, and she woke up. I can imagine, she made plans to see Mahiru, who lay dead. From the shock and panic of being considered, Hyoko fled from the beach. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. Everything was a trap set by the killer to frame her. After Hyoko left, and placed a gummy that they brought with... Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped clear our suspicion toward it. Finally, the killer couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the sand. The small window in the shower room, however, that window is... The bamboo sword, the killer took the bamboo sword out and used the sword as a step stool to reach... As long as they're able to reach the window. And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if nothing had happened. But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. There also weren't... So when the killer met up with us, they said they had been swimming for a while as an... So how about it? This is the truth behind the incident you caused. Isn't that right, Peckle Peckle?
I see.
And what of it? She's like, totally cool.
I haven't done anything to be ashamed.
What are you... Wrong! I punished evil in the name of justice.
That's no reason to condemn me.
Whatever. Let's hurry up and...
There's no way. Justice can never be killed. To protect what's most important to you, you must be prepared to throw away something understand?
I don't get it.
Then I shall be direct. In order to keep justice, to keep me alive, you all must give up your lives.
Are you...
It's not serious if I fall here. Who will combat it? Now! Follow your hearts, hurry, and carry on justice!
Give me a break! Who's gonna die for you?
If we let Pecco go, we're all gonna get killed!
For the sake of grand justice, a few sacrifices are unavoidable.
A few sacrifices? That's
The justice that you give your life to protect will never go to waste.
I can't stand her anymore.
Monokuma, the vote! Hurry up and let us vote already!
I'm awake!
We finally woke up.
I've heard your story! Well, I wasn't listening. Now then, please, who will be chosen as...
Okay, but
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time?
that's spoiled.
Pardon me, can we have a...
Continue our discussion?
Yes, but I cannot help...
Strange? What do you...
That is true. However...
As a serial killer enthusiast. Hey, Miss Sonia isn't a serial killer enthusiast. She just has a little more...
That makes her an...
Honestly, I felt there's a distinct difference between what... Sonia described sparkling
Justice comes the center of justice that is pierced. That would be...
I see! That's right.
The article was written in their native...
If she had it translated,
Huh? Yes. The magazine I read was written in Spanish. So, Sparkling Justice's catchphrase was no doubt written in Spanish. Which means the journalist and Sparkling Justice...
From Spain?
What?!
Peko, you're not Sparkling Justice.
Or, if you insist that you're Sparkling Justice, can you try saying that catchphrase in Spanish?
Will you be able to do...
It appears that the time has come for this mask to come off. However, that's perfectly fine. It's no longer necessary. And even if you find out now, it's too late for you all to do anything about it. My duty has already been finished. My duty as a tool. That mask has fulfilled its purpose.
What do you mean? Fulfilled its...
Now that you've already cast your vote,
Hey, be clear!
I have no purpose.
She called herself a tool.
Of course.
I see. What? I mean, besides Peko and... There is proof that established... I see!
Are you talking about...
Yep, that's right. That announcement is made when it... And in this particular case, if that's the case, it would mean only Hiyoko and Kazuichi discovered the body, but...
I see.
So that means there was...
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried to hide that truth, that's such a vital clue that it could alter the outcome of the trial.
No.
Huh?
Yes. From your basic way of thinking about... That means I'm just a simple...
Therefore, that person would have the strong...
You're the only one!
I see. Now I find...
But even if it's the motive, it's just a game, right?
Would you call a game like that...
I can prove it with this! I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but... There's no doubt that game is based on actual events. That much is clear if you saw the ending prize. Photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos, with the surrounding scenery cropped out. You knew all along, Fuyuhiko. You knew whether or not the first victim in the game was actually your little sister, right? Because whoever beat the game first... It was the envelope, right? The person who received the ending...
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead body, you'd have no choice but to believe it. Even so, you wanted to deny the truth. That's why you sent those photos to Mahiru to...
Hey! Why are we talking about Fuyuhiko? Cause... Peko...
That's why I told you. As I said before, I had no motive for killing Mahiru. I was simply used as a tool.
Hey! What's going on?
It means the true killer who used me.
What the?
I see. That...
No. But my young master does. My young master planned this from the start.
Young master?
Yeah. I'm sure you realize it by now.
That's a problem. If Peko's allegation holds up...
In that case...
Just...
That's nuts! No matter how you look at...
How would Peko be a tool in... Peko is a legitimate human being!
That's not for you to decide. The votes have been cast.
What the...
Oh, B.
I'm in a bind. And what a bind it is. I guess for now, let's take a quick... Sorry.
Hey! Hey!
Well... You just don't know.
Hey.
No. I am nothing but a tool.
What?
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword. That is my only reason for living. Before I am human, I am my young master's tool. First, until this body of mine can no longer move, I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
That is...
Nothing.
Huh?
You fiend.
No. I am nothing but a tool.
Damn it. Damn it! Don't fuck with me!
You...
So...
But...
Oh my my! Huh?
But...
Are you serious?
But... Hey.
What the?
Damn it!
And so...
That is...
Hey,
Why, you...
but... Why?
Shut the hell up!
What are you saying?
Jeez. Huh?
Young master, I am finished.
What?
Of course!
Be quiet.
Yes, indeed!
It cannot be.
That's obviously wrong.
No.
This is troubling!
I see. Great!
Wrong.
Now then. Huh? Hey. What?
Hold on.
What? Jeez.
Hey,
Yeah. Huh?
Yeah.
young master.
Young master!
Hey. Damn it!
Young master,
You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know. There's no way I can let that happen to you.
Hey, Echo. Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young master, that is impossible.
Shut up! I'm ordering you not to worry about me!
There is no way I cannot worry about you. I am my young master's tool. A tool to protect my young master. Without an owner, the tool serves no purpose.
God damn it, we are done with that crap! Why won't you listen to what I'm saying?
Regardless, I will not flee. Besides, I'm fairly certain they'll discover the truth soon enough.
Then why did you...
I have a plan.
Huh? A plan?
Please do not worry. I promise I will keep my young master alive and return him safely home.
You idiot. What do you intend to do?
I intend to fulfill my duty as your tool. Now please, go! Hiyoko will be waking up soon. After you leave, I must block the door to the road with Mahiru's body. Hurry!
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? Just forget about me! Forget about the Kuzuryu clan! You better escape! Sorry.
Young master!
I'm a disgrace. Echo.
Young master!
Oh, too bad. Why you?
Hey. Jeez. Sorry. Huh?
Young master!
What?
Even so,
Echo.
I am terribly sorry. Goodbye. And please do not cause a senseless killing such as this ever again. I will never feel despair.
So cool!
Young Master Fuyuhiko,
So,
I want you to remember.
jeez.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Why?
Now then, I prepared...
I never needed a tool. So... You didn't need to become a tool.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just needed to be yourself. I never wanted a tool. I just wanted you. Only you.
Young Master?
Why? Why couldn't you understand? We've always been together ever since we were kids!
Let's go! It's punishment time!
Please, Echo. Don't go! I need you! Don't leave me!
Young Master? Young Master!
Such a waste. Damn it. Such despair. Isn't that right?
Oh my god.
Listen carefully.
What?
Everyone!
What?
You serious?
He's still breathing.
Is he gonna be okay?
Do something! Hey! You need to save him! Hey!
I'm trying! But his blood, he won't stop bleeding out! His pulse is getting weaker!
Can't you do anything about it? God damn it!
You're so stupid!
You stupid brother!
I don't believe it! What the heck?
That's wrong!
Huh?
Hey, hey! Hey, hey!
Unbelievable. Fine, fine. So... like... Just leave the rest to me, Dr. Kill.
Dr. Killgood, you've already killed your patients!
We gotta get this patient to the Monokuma Hospital ER and get him under 24-hour observation. So, I'll see you later.
Perhaps...
However,
Fall, my tears.
damn!
You guys can see it, right? Poor people are already... We took our time preparing the hope fragments, but now we're no longer able... Honestly, whether it's better if we let them leave this island, or if we shouldn't let them escape for those kids. Which option is... Oh, but I guess there's no time to hesitate. That guy will probably take over our plans finally. What lies beyond that is the foul resurrection of the ultimate and the continuation of the biggest, most awful, most tragic of them. That cannot be allowed, even if we have to pay the ultimate price. Everything is for the sake of a future filled with hope.
Okay. This stream is over. What's your curse thought? 'Cause I'm gonna stop. Oh my gosh. Okay, farewell.